To God Be the Glory, by Fanny J. Crosby and William Howard Doane. Fanny J. Crosby's life is a remarkable tale of resilience, faith, and creativity. Frances Jane Crosby was born on March 24, 1820, in southeast Putnam County, New York, the only child of widower John Crosby and his second wife, Mercy Crosby. She had a half-sister from her father's first marriage. Despite being blind from infancy, she would become one of the most prolific hymn writers in history. Fanny Crosby lost her sight as a 6-week-old baby due to a doctor's error, who mistakenly applied a mustard poultice to her eyes to treat an illness. Despite this hardship, Fanny's spirit remained undaunted. She embraced life with enthusiasm and a deep sense of faith, which would later permeate her hymnody. Growing up in a humble household after her father's death when she was just a year old, Fanny was nurtured in a Christian environment. Fanny's mother, Mercy Crosby, and her grandmother's tender teachings instilled in her a deep love for God and music. At a young age, Fanny displayed an extraordinary talent for poetry and songwriting. By age 8, she had composed her first poem. Her love for language and melody intertwined beautifully, crafting verses that stirred hearts and souls. At the age of 15, Crosby enrolled in the New York Institute for the Blind, where she excelled academically and musically. She learned to play several instruments, including the piano and guitar, and continued to hone her skills in poetry and composition. She also excelled in academics, mastering several languages, including French and Latin. During her time at the Institute, Fanny developed a strong sense of independence and determination, refusing to allow her blindness to limit her ambitions. In 1843, Fanny Crosby's talent caught the attention of renowned composer and music instructor at the Institute for the Blind, George Root, who encouraged her to pursue a career in music. Root recognized Fanny's gift for lyricism and melody and collaborated with her on numerous songs. Together, they composed popular tunes that gained widespread acclaim throughout the United States. In 1858, Fanny married Alexander Van Alstyne, a musician and fellow student at the Institute for the Blind. Their union was a partnership of shared passions for music and faith. Alexander's support and encouragement were pivotal in Fanny's career, and together, they would collaborate on numerous hymns. Fanny's hymns transcended denominational boundaries, touching hearts across the globe. Her prolific output, with over 8,000 hymns to her name, the exact count being obscured by the numerous pseudonyms, as many as 200 according to some sources, that she employed to preserve her modesty. This earned her the title, the Queen of Gospel Songwriters. Some of her most famous works still sung in churches around the world include Blessed Assurance, To God Be the Glory, All the Way My Savior Leads Me, and Jesus Keep Me Near the Cross. Also, Fanny wrote hymn texts that were set to music by other great musicians of her time. For example, To God Be the Glory is a hymn with lyrics by Fanny Crosby and tune by William Howard Doane, first published in 1875. It appears to have been written around 1872 but was first published in 1875 in Lowry and Doane's song collection, Brightest and Best. It was already popular in Great Britain before publication. Iris Sankey had introduced it there during Moody's 1873 to 1874 evangelistic campaigns. The song failed to achieve wide usage in the United States and was included in very few hymnals. In 1954, Cliff Barrows, song leader for Billy Graham, was handed a copy with the suggestion that it be added to the songbook for the London Crusade. It was so popular that he included it again later that year in the Crusade in Nashville, Tennessee. The audience responded enthusiastically, and from that time on, he used it regularly. With this exposure, the song rapidly became familiar to Christians worldwide and is included in most modern hymnals. Beyond her contributions to music and hymnody, Fanny Crosby was also a fervent advocate for social justice and humanitarian causes. She supported efforts to improve conditions for the blind and campaigned for the rights of women and people with disabilities. One of the most notable events in Fanny's life was her appearance before the United States Senate in 1851. She was invited to recite a poem at the Capitol, becoming the first woman to address the Senate. Fanny's stirring words captivated the audience, earning her widespread acclaim and recognition. While teaching at the institution, she met Presidents Van Buren and Tyler, Honorable Henry Clay, Governor William H. Seward, General Winfield Scott, and other distinguished characters of American history. Despite facing personal hardships, including the loss of loved ones and financial struggles, Fanny Crosby remained steadfast in her faith and continued to compose hymns until her passing on February 12, 1915, at the age of 94.